Hey, I'm Vivien Lewit, the Global Head of Artists at YouTube. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much. I'm Shalmali, and I'm a singer-songwriter and a performing artist. And pleasure to be here speaking to you. Let's do this.
Fantastic. Let's do it. So you've been the voice behind so many Bollywood hits. But what I admire is that you've now carved out your own space for music as an independent artist outside of the playback world. And I'm really excited to talk about that with you today and how artists are redefining success on their own terms and what role YouTube plays in that trajectory of your career. So as you think about success, moving from being a Bollywood playback singer, what does success mean to you?
To begin with, the very reason why I moved from doing only Bollywood to also writing my own music is because I felt like I wasn't exploring or tapping into my full potential.
Right.
In that, I was only singing. I was only using my voice, but I wasn't able to write a lyric or compose a melody or think of a video idea against that song or be more, because there's so much to music other than just singing behind a microphone.
Right.
And that's something that I absolutely wanted to do because I knew it would make me happy first.
Yeah.
Making money out of it was something I was going to deal with later.
Right.
But I knew that I wanted to do it because it would make me happy. And that's the success that I was seeking.
Mm-hmm. So it was personal.
It was
a real personal,
motivated
kind of thing that you needed to do.
I needed to do it for myself as an artist.
Yeah.
And that's been difficult when you compare it with the kind of success that I've had in Bollywood. Like, because I have that to wait against.
Yeah.
There is a disparity, but I'm happy doing it. So I feel like success to me is when I get it for the stuff that I want to do, which is in my hands. When I get to sing a Bollywood song is completely dependent on when a composer composes a melody and gives me a call saying, hey, are you free? Do you want to come in and sing this song? Right. Whereas an independent song, I can just get up and write one and record it, produce it, shoot a music video to it.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like music today for an artist, an independent artist at that, which is what I am, I'm not with any label. Yeah. Is not limited only to the audio. A lot of times when we write a piece of music, we almost immediately see a visual against it.
Yes.
So we see the music.
Yeah.
And there's this yearning to want to depict it like that.
Right.
So as soon as we, in fact, just day before were in a session, another artist and she said, I'm seeing the music video. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. You're just like me.
But that's amazing. I think a lot of artists, when you have grown up experiencing music and watching music videos that contextualize the songs, it's natural that you think in your head, what is this going to look like? How do I visualize it as I'm recording it?
Yes. And that's exactly where YouTube comes into the picture and gives you that platform to actually do whatever you want.
Yeah. Before I came to YouTube, I represented artists as an attorney.
Yeah.
And it was a long time ago. There was no YouTube. And there was no way for an artist to reach a fan other than through radio.
Yeah.
Films, if you had your music placed in a film, you could go out and tour live and, be a small band in a van and tour around and people would get to know you. But that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And the thing that I found most appealing about YouTube when I began to consider joining YouTube was that it was this open playing field.
Yes.
Where an artist could access a fan base and an audience all over the world. And that was many years ago. And we've continued to see music travel across borders, video travel across borders, new features on YouTube, hearing you talk about visual storytelling. We're so, it is the bread and butter of the platform. The core of YouTube is visual storytelling, aside from being an epicenter of culture
Right.
it is the place where you can really build your own career and do that through video and music. How do you use the different formats on YouTube today? Shorts, long form?
I think I'm so old school. Like I feel like I am the oldest soul in most rooms that I enter. So I'm a big fan of long form. I love long videos. I love long songs. I just enjoy long plays, long films. So I end up also using that feature the most when it's a music video. I hope to actually write a script around a song, and actually do more than just the music video, like what a Michael Jackson did long back, right?
Yes. That's a wonderful idea. Well, you dance like Michael Jackson.
Oh my God. Thank you.
I've watched your videos. I've watched you on stage. I've watched you dance.
Yeah.
You're incredible. I don't know how you do it all. And that's the other thing, if shifting gears back to the conversation just for a minute about you being an independent artist.
Yeah.
Not only have you evolved from the Bollywood space into your own identity, but you've completely changed your whole everything about what you're doing to add dance to it. Also, how did you shape that?
All my idols and every artist that I seek inspiration from, most of them, I wouldn't say all, most of them are from the West, and I've seen them, and I want to live some part of that life, So I'm a huge fan of Beyonce's, and I'm going for a Cowboy Carter tour.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I think it kicks off in LA tomorrow night. Or
it already did. Today is the second show.
Tonight
is the second show. Yes.
Okay.
So I really look up to a Beyonce, a Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars. These are like artists who sing and dance and who do it so well.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that, but with the Indian repertoire, Indian music that I have been performing. And in order for me to be able to do that, I needed to look a certain way in order to feel the music.
Mm-hmm.
Dress a certain way in order to feel the music. It all stems from the music. There was a time when I used to be told, why don't you wear an Indian lehenga or a sari on stage? I said, I love those outfits. I'll wear it to a wedding, but I won't wear it on stage because my music doesn't lend itself to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like everything, all these seemingly non-musical aspects are very, very actually musical.
Yeah.
They're very related. They're all visual aids, but they're aids to the music.
Right.
So it was very important for me to pay attention to these details in order to graduate from a singer who stands at one spot on stage and sings, to then do choreography, to manage how you enter on stage, how you leave stage, what you say between songs, how long you want to wait between songs, you know?
Right.
So these are all facets of performance, and a lot of it is visual.
Very. And it also is what distinguishes you from your voice is spectacular and your songs are incredible, but then you need in today, because the world is visual, because you can communicate in nanoseconds, and media is all around us.
Yes.
Your identity isn't just the voice, and it's all of you.
Because I also feel like people come to watch you sing. If they wanted to hear you sing, they'd be at home and do it on a YouTube,
Yeah.
But they're there. If they're in person, you have to give them a show, is what I believe. And I want them to remember that moment that that artist was in front of you.
Absolutely. Do you do your own choreography?
No, I don't. I have an amazing friend who also dances. You saw him.
Okay.
Today. He's the director of choreography. And we, in fact, very recently have invited a couple of new choreographers to do little pieces. So we keep switching it up, as far as styles go. And
that's great.
It's a nice...
on your toes. No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah. It keeps us on our toes. And also it's a great way to collaborate with new people instead of getting the same energy, the same people.
Yeah. That's really cool. So from so you've mastered using YouTube for storytelling. You're super focused on your visuals. What other advice would you give based on your experiences to artists in India who are looking to build global fan bases?
To know what you want, to really look inwards and ask yourself every day, if it takes that, is this what I really want to do? Is this making me happy? Forget the money that is going to come off it or may not come off it. That is something that you can always, I feel, seek help with. Because like, I'll speak for myself, I have no business acumen whatsoever. And I own it. And I just come out and say it, like, please tell me if I'm splurging money, because I have no concept of how much money to spend where. But I'm so passionate about this is what I really want to do. Please, let's do this, and I'll build a case for why we need to do this.
Right.
So to know what you want and to be able to explain to a room filled with people why and how badly you want to do this is, I think, a very important skill set to develop and to have.
Yeah.
Because
everything from expressing yourself to recognizing it within yourself.
Yes.
I think that applies to everything.
Everything, right? I mean, a lot of the faith that people show in you comes from what you showed in yourself when you enter.
Brilliantly said.
Right?
Yeah. 1000%.
I mean, sometimes I get up and start like moving when I'm trying to present an idea to to a room, and I'm like, there's no other way to do this than to actually show you how I'm feeling in this moment.
Right.
And that kind of conviction, I think, is very important and goes a long way.
And then people understand you better also.
Yes.
Right? Like,
and then
get it.
They get what you
it's
want.
Emotional.
Yes. Emotion.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very important. To be emotional. Be emotional about your art. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Showing emotion is a good thing.
Yes.
At some point it became like you should hide.
Yeah.
And I think it's better. That's leads, authenticity since the earliest days of YouTube.
Yes.
The thing that worked for a creator and an artist was just authenticity.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's hard to always be that. It's hard to always show that part of yourself.
Yes.
Especially with social media. Like do you find that a challenge today? The burnout of having to be on all the time?
You've got me at a time when I've just figured it out.
Oh, tell us how you do it.
Oh my God, it took so long. I don't know how. And it's not just me. It's the people that I'm with who have understood me enough and who have understood the things that don't make me look like I'm doing or being something that I'm not, and still making it consumption friendly for the audience.
Yeah.
Which was tricky because
that's really hard. I think it's really hard for artists. It's not what you do,
Yeah, and so much of
music and it's hard.
It is hard, and I feel like, but it's so important to also do it and not say, but this is not my job.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is. It is part of your job, but I feel like at this point, and I feel so happy saying this, I'm not a very funny person in general, or so I think. But on my social media, I've been able to be funny and people are just laughing at the things that I've been doing, and it's making my ego feel so good.
That's really great. Give me an example.
Like there's this reel I did in which I'm walking down the road, and there's a girl who comes and taps my shoulder, and she asks me, "Hey, are you a musician?" And I say, "Yeah." And she's like, "Anything I would have heard?" And I just break into choreography and sing like my biggest hit. And it works. It works.
Yeah.
And people went like, "Oh my God, do it with this song, do it with that song that you've done. Oh, we want to see this." And I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow. So you started your own trend unwittingly.
I don't know if someone has done it. I don't want to say I started anything, but it worked for me.
It worked for you. It works. It worked.
Yeah.
I think today it is really important as an artist for you to have ways to connect with your fans and build that connect, because there's so much to be distracted by.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really important for artists to do their own thing.
Yeah.
And build that connectivity.
But Vivien, if I may ask you, you interact with so many global artists.
Yes.
How do you think they are being able to manage the creative aspect of it and the whole commercial aspect of it? Because there's clearly two things, and for very, very few people do those two collide.
Right.
And what they really want to do and what is creative to them is also commercial.
Yeah.
So for the most of them, there's this, I feel, and I speak for myself here also, there's always this battle between, but I don't care if this is not going to become viral, I still want to do it. How does one balance that?
Okay, so I can tell you from my perspective, advice I would give, and then I can tell you what I observe.
Okay, yes.
The advice I would give is very similar to what you've been saying here in this conversation that we're having. If you are passionate about your music and you believe in yourself, and you go out there and you work hard. It takes hard work. It takes really hard work.
Yeah.
You're working really hard, but it can happen. And once you build that, once you build the fan base, once you make the connection, then the commercial aspects and the revenue follow.
Right.
And whether that comes through streaming or touring or private events, merchandise, branding deals, and things like that.
Yeah.
What I observe is today, it used to be just very much about only music. But what I do observe, meaning if you have a great song, you're golden.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of music out there today, because there is a lot of content out there today.
Yeah.
It often takes more than just a brilliant song to break through.
Absolutely.
It's the things that you were talking about, So I see artists that are engaging in short form and long form. So building a multi-format kind of strategy,
right,
where the short form is used almost as a quick hit discovery mechanism, that then can lead a person who is a potential fan into watching the music video, diving deeper into content, maybe watching live performances and things like that. I see artists who in years past might not have been interested in doing brand deals or promotional opportunities that would put them in front of big audiences, more willing to do that today. I see collaborations happening.
Yeah.
So artists who are looking to go global, for instance, if they're based in India or Japan or Korea, collaborating with artists from the West.
Right.
So that you can tap into each other's audiences.
Yeah.
And then there's mutual exchange. When that kind of collaboration happens, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
And then, of course, live performances.
Yeah.
Touring to really build a connection with your fan.
Yeah.
There's nothing like standing there in front of your favorite artist. And
That's
so, a lot of artists still earn a heavy amount of their revenue from touring.
You spoke about collaborations, and that makes me wonder, as an independent artist who doesn't have a label picking up a phone on another artist, that say, if I was with a label and I'd say that has really, really, can you put me in a room with this artist? Or can you start a conversation with their management?
Right.
I don't have that today. And if I were to connect with, say, Beat Pella.
Yes.
How is there any way YouTube could help make those kind of connections, like some feature or some way to just write to them saying, hey, this is my work, I want to do a session with you, I want to write with you?
Well, posts on YouTube would be great for that. You can post them. Yeah. There isn't direct messaging.
There isn't. Yeah,
but you can post, and you can, of course, reach out to. You can reach out to us, but I know not everybody can do that. Right? So I think that that's kind of the best path is to use the post feature,
Right.
tap into other social media.
Right.
You know, you can use other platforms to direct message that artist. Because I think it's kind of cool. We're thinking about that. We're thinking a lot about that at YouTube.
Oh,
You know,
that's great.
how do we foster and build that? And
Yeah.
you know, we have music in libraries, audio libraries for creators to tap into.
Yeah.
But that's a different thing. Here's a catalog of music, pick a song. It's very different than what you're talking about collaborations. Is that a feature you would want to see on YouTube?
I mean, this has happened to me several times when this would be a different collaboration, but when I've gone for a session for another artist and they would tell me, oh, I've been looking for your manager's number. I've been trying to find you. I don't know
Really?
why. And I'd be like, why? Why did that happen? Why wasn't this easier? Why wasn't it easy for you to get in touch with me? Because I love that we are in this room together and we're making music. And so if there is,
if you had a way to just click a button and say, I'd love to connect.
Yes. Yeah. You know, and maybe it requires you to have a verified profile or whatever.
Right.
It's understandable.
Maybe,
so that
maybe something you opt into.
Yes.
As an artist.
Yeah, that would be nice to.
That'd be very cool.
To show your eagerness as an artist instead of your manager speaking on your behalf. If you as an artist, it lands so much better.
Yeah.
That way.
I hear you. Okay. So I'm going to add some fun questions.
Okay.
As we wrap up. First one, if I looked at your YouTube history, what is the most random video you've been watching lately?
There's no random videos anymore. It's just Beyonce's Cowboy Carter.
Is your algorithm all Beyonce all day right now?
I know all the costume changes. I almost know all the choreography. I almost know the show. I'll probably be dancing it with her when I see her show in Paris.
Incredible. Which show are you going to?
The one in Paris on
the Paris show. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and you get to go to Paris also.
Yay!
Well, who's your favorite fashion icon?
Her? I absolutely worship her. She is a goddess.
She is a goddess. She is a goddess. Okay. What's one song that instantly puts you in a good mood?
Does it have to be my song?
No, yours. Could be your song or someone else's song.
You're going to be like, I'm obsessed.
Which Beyonce track is it?
Because the Renaissance album was the one before this, Break My Soul.
Oh, yes.
I love it. Just puts me in a good mood. I'm like, yes, let's go.
I have to say, I cannot agree with you more. I remember right around, it was summertime when the album came out and I was in London and at a party at the Soho House with a bunch of friends and we were out on the roof and it started drizzling, started raining a little bit and that song came on and people had just a lovely rain dance. You know, it started raining and nobody moved and everybody was dancing and that song has fabulous energy.
Cool.
And so do you. You have fabulous energy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
This has been so much fun.
Same here.